Well, it's the Redmen TV. It's the Uncensored Match build-up show. Liverpool taking on Stoke City at the weekend. Sunday, no less, is the day that the game is being played. Chris, what are your feelings? What are your feelings on that?
Tired, Paul.
Tired, also tired. Aubrey?
Yeah, a little tired.
Terrific. Let's keep the energy levels up because no one at home gives a shit. Because you're all uncaring, unfeeling wankers. You don't care. You don't care. No, it's fine.
Oh, prove to us that you care.
Prove to us
Subscribe.
that you care. Subscribe. Yeah, Liverpool Stoke. Right, it's very hard to find any motivation for this game at this very moment because buzzing off the back of Borussia Dortmund, there's another potentially buzzing encounter with them on Thursday. And there's basically this game that falls in between. And how do you...
Any more size?
What the fuck do you do with this game, Chris? You know,
go there, smash them off the park, and get yourself full of confidence.
Absolutely, absolutely. I look, yeah, nice sentiment, completely. But is there? Let's be perfectly honest on it. Or every single one of us, we've said it here already, and I think the vast majority of Liverpool fans probably feel the same. We've gotten ourselves into a really good, but not a perfect position for next Thursday. The Europa League absolutely needs to be the priority. So, do you go absolutely full strength against Stoke?
Maybe I would go very close to full strength. Yeah, I think confidence, and if you can get a win, always breeds confidence. A winning mentality is always a good thing. There's 4 days rest in between the games. Borussia Dortmund hopefully will have a league game. Probably something I should have checked this weekend. They can't be resting players because they want to win their league. They're only
they're
5
5
points
points off
behind,
Bayern, yeah.
So they can't be resting players and stuff. I just think, maybe there's an opportunity for 1 or 2 changes. I think one's going to be enforced because of Henderson already anyway.
Yeah.
Firmino, if he's not quite ready, you probably leave him for Thursday. But then other than that, maybe Sturridge comes back in.
I think Flanagan.
Can I just interrupt for a second? The pained look on Tom's face when he told me to adjust my microphone there was just incredible. If you've not seen, there's a segment on the comments below Excel show this week on the redmentv.com. Yeah, go and check it out. Sign up. It's free for a month. It's definitely worth the effort of just doing that. Where we bollock Tom because of similar mic-related issues, and the look on his face when he's like, the sound's not right. Oh, the sound's not right. Oh, Paul's mic's not right. I need to... And it was just like please fix it, Paul. Please fix it. Anyway, I digress. Go and watch that show. It's fucking amazing.
Maybe Tom likes it.
Just likes the abuse.
Sadomasochist and just wants
he did look like he was liking it when you were screaming in his face.
So,
but I am.
He's not denied it though.
So he's not mic'd up, where he just said, "Yes, I love it. I am a sadomasochist."
Absolutely, yeah.
Give me loads of
abuse. Don't know if you quite caught that, ladies and gentlemen.
And cock pics to Tom at the redmentv.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's a question for you.
He's going to mute us in a minute, you know that, lad.
Yeah, there you go. Enjoy your silence.
He's in tomorrow. He's going to dub us.
With hentai porn. So
we're not allowed to talk about hentai porn late at night on this show.
Who's right? Jordan Henderson's injured.
Yeah.
Emre Can suspended. Who's playing in midfield for Liverpool against Stoke?
Joe Allen and
Milner.
Stewart. Fuck it.
Why not?
Oh, Stewart's back. Yeah, is he back? Fitness?
Yes.
He's been injured. He got injured, unfortunately, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That was unfortunate. Milner
Allen, then, isn't it? It's going to have to be.
I could come in one of the attacking mid spots, I suppose. Maybe Lallana, Coutinho and Ibe or something like that.
Is there anyone you would expressly wrapping cotton wool / bubble wrap or anything for, ahead of the next week game? That's not a proper sentence.
I understood it. Yeah. Phil's our star man, isn't he? I'd hate, Stoke to just
Stoke.
It's not, and it's not even the Stoke anymore. That's But Stoke to just boot him, and he gets injured for that game, and I think he'd hate that, and every Liverpool fan would share that sentiment. So if you were gonna pull someone out to protect him, I think it's Coutinho. I don't know. Origi, do you play Sturridge from the start?
We're making 6 changes here already, and I'm the one who said not to make many changes.
Well, who would you go with?
Mignolet. Hang on, we'll leave that for the start 11 prediction show.
Tuned.
No, that's not. That's asked you, not what you're predicting. You've just fell foul of what you shouted at the audience for.
Yeah.
The show is prediction, not what Chris would play.
Yeah, what would you do, Paul?
In this game?
Yeah.
The Kevin Stewart shouting in just one if he's fit, actually that changes me thinking a little bit on it because he plays that. I'd actually give him Emre Can's role. I'd put him in the actual defensive midfield slot and let Alan do what Henderson does and kind of do what he did against Dortmund to some extent and let him buzz around a little bit more. And then, I don't know, probably, it depends how important he feels Milner is to what we did against Dortmund and whether he thinks having some of that experience or whatever in there is important. Because I'd probably say, because he's that little bit older, maybe you take him out for this because you still need to win the game. I don't think Milner's not there for that. You know, he's not there for the little bit of spark or genius that's going to win you the game against Stoke. Whereas I think you need to...
Lucas
put your best foot forward.
Lucas is down as apparently being back on the physio room for the 10th. So Lucas could come back in and Stewart's not on that list anymore.
I think we're lucky in so much as... I think we've discussed this, we touched on this on the Final Word show for Dortmund, is that I think in an ideal world, you pretty much play the same team in the same way against Dortmund because they're going to attack you more. There's no sense in going gung-ho against them because you could compromise what you're doing in the back. So that leaves you Daniel Sturridge and Firmino, who could probably do with a run out. Oh dear. So, you know, I'd probably start the two of them. And then, oh God, fucking hell, I don't know why you do this every week. So the back four, I think probably bring Flanagan in for whoever's the most tired.
When people tweet you and tell you got it right, and you didn't.
Yeah,
both of you have fallen foul of that.
I actually didn't fall foul of it. I had the tweets.
No, I mean, receiving the tweets.
Yeah, I went and
not
checked.
Aubrey who genuinely thought he got it right when he hadn't got it right because someone told him he got it right.
Yeah,
know your predictions, Reynolds.
That was essentially... I just didn't know what the team was. I knew my prediction.
I did, great.
It was the weekend, Paul. It had been a hard week.
So here we go. John Flanagan comes in
should
for one of the fullbacks, whoever's done the most running on the 9.
I thought Klein did such good work in that game that I'd probably give him a rest.
Kev Stewart comes in for Emre Can.
Yeah.
Alan comes in for Henderson. Christ. Yeah.
Who's he coming in for?
Christ. Hold on.
No, that's Alan.
Of course it is. What am I thinking?
What are you talking about? Then you've got Coutinho, Firmino. Coutinho. Coutinho.
There's a song in there.
Coutinho, Firmino, Ibe, why not?
Sturridge
up front. 15 changes.
Rest of
11. Because why not? Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Go for it. Any Aubrey, you want to have a stab at it?
If Lucas is back, I'd put Lucas in, obviously.
Look at the lack of the agenda. Shall we all just have a go at the start 11 instead?
Lucas Milner is your 2. Lucas Milner is your 2. I wouldn't play Ibe. I don't think Ibe's good enough.
Tom, tomorrow, could we title this Start 11 prediction show instead of Uncensored match build?
Who would we pick? Who will we pick?
Yeah, I'll also let there's a comment I think it's going to go into next week's comments below show and basically criticises us for not doing enough research on these shows. Yeah. Literally. Oh, I've got a fact for you.
Go ahead.
You sounded genuinely surprised.
Because I actually did a modicum of research process. I'm trying to do some as we speak as well. Stoke are in exactly the same form as Liverpool. Not result as such, but both took 11 points out of the period 18. Of games.
Was it 18?
Let's say. Yeah. Both drew on our last
I've
games
got
out as well.
half a formulated fact for you, James.
Yeah. I was like, oh, they're above us in the foot. No, same points. Fuck you, Stoke. You think you're getting away with that? I don't know.
Welcome to Late Night Redmen TV.
Because we lost against Southampton, they probably lost further down the line.
Why not?
The thing is, they are a decent side, and we kind of mentioned it.
Look at him being all professional and bringing it back onto real topics.
Shut up, let him get on with it.
I know, what am I doing?
Just
take my own advice. Sorry, Aubrey, you were saying.
But do you know, say we don't want them to stoke our players or whatever. But they have changed, haven't they? You look at like Arnautovic, Bojan, Shaqiri. They're not Pulis style Stoke players, and they play good football. Like we were talking about it the other day. I watched them around about December. It would have been when they beat United and they beat Man City, and they played really, really nice football. And again, there's a danger. We're all right, obviously. not only in this show but across fans in general, is kind of looking towards that. I don't want us to get embarrassed at home. I don't want Stoke to come and beat us at Anfield. So whatever team we have to play, and yes, the Europa League, the second leg is more important, but it's a team that's got to go out there and compete. Because I don't want to see Mark Hughes happy, and I don't want to see Stoke fans loading it up because they've come to Anfield and got a goal or got a win against us. So we've got to pick a team, and I think Klopp will have that. I think Klopp's trying to instill a winning breed, a winning mentality. Whether it works, it doesn't work. He's trying to get that. I don't think it'll be a ridiculous 11 changes and you see Shea Ojo come into the team because why not, etc.
So who would you start?
I would play the exact same team as we played against Dortmund. Yeah, but so I think we've got to try and they're an interesting, because when we played against them in the Capital One Cup, we were talking about this, how they've changed and how they play good football now.
And they just fucking went.
And then they went straight back to how they used to, and we battered them away from home. And we were really unlucky to only have won that game 1-0 because the first 30...
Was it Ibe was the score in that game, wasn't it?
But like the first 30 minutes, we could have scored so many goals. We took the game to them, and I think the big stage got to their better players.
And that was when our defence decided to crumble into dust. And that was brilliant. That.
Well, they're missing Walters, aren't they?
Yeah, Walters
so he's always
a thorn in our side.
Tory Butte.
Yeah.
I've got a trivia question for you.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. How many wartime games have Liverpool and Stoke played?
Oh, that's a bit boring.
During the war.
Where's the filler before the question?
Liverpool and Stoke are football teams. Liverpool play in red, Stoke play in red and white stripes. They play at a stadium called the Britannia Stadium. Liverpool play at Anfield. How many wartime games have the two teams
That's
played?
more like it, Paul.
Four.
On that, mate.
Answer at the end of the show, which is probably about 2 minutes time. What were we talking about?
Well, you were asking a trivia question.
Yeah.
You interrupted our conversation.
Not Mark Walters, the other Walters, John Walters.
Mark Walters.
John Walters. I'm glad. He's saying he's not available. Is that what you're saying?
Have you got drunk whilst we were talking about? You literally just...
Wait, can I just say, both Mark and John Walters were unavailable for this game.
Right, super. Just to clarify,
Mark retired 15, 20 years ago, and John's injured.
That's good to know. That's good to know. I just wanted to clear up. I don't want to be.
I was genuinely concerned.
I don't want to be spouting my mouth off about the chances that either of them might have in this game, if I'm perfectly honest. I also can't attest to the voting habits of former Liverpool and Rangers wingers as well. So, whereas I can with John Walters, who once again
is
a fucking Tory Butte. If you're a Tory Butte, doubtless you'll let us know in the comments below by saying something about us not being or whatever, or about your double-barreled names and your sister who's also your mother and your brother.
Tom, just do this above the camera to him, please, mate.
This has been the best build-up show ever.
The best.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds. Who do you think, Aubrey, if you had to pick a man that you think...
I thought you were going to ask him to start an 11, then I really did.
Yeah, starting again. Aubrey, if you had to pick one man from Liverpool you think is going to be most important to the performance on the day, who would it be?
Out of the 19 that we've fielded, I think Daniel Sturridge. I think Sturridge comes in.
Sorry, I just love that Morse code.
Tom, get me out of here. Yeah, I think Sturridge comes in and he'll be raging that he didn't start against Dortmund, and he'll be pushing to say, I should start at home in the second one. And hopefully he gets a couple of goals and does a really, really good performance for us.
Yeah, great. Chris?
Shea Ojo.
Ooh. Wow, just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there.
He's probably only going to be on the bench at best.
Well, you know.
He's going to sit on that bench well, though.
Now, who am I going for? John Flanagan.
John Flanagan. That's a good shout. Not the right answer, but it's a good answer. I think the Sturridge one's a really good shout. I think Flanagan again.
Does he captain the side?
Ooh.
Flanagan? You know,
not after last time.
Well, this is what I'm about to say.
Because Henderson's out.
I think he's definitely got. He'll have a point to prove. Look, he's John Flanagan. I don't think he will feel he's got a point to prove as such, but he will go out there and do what John Flanagan does regardless, and hopefully it works slightly better for him this time around, because we all love him, and apart from the people who don't, who are just weirdos. You know you are, because you've got a
Tory
side
beans.
tab open, and it's got some kind of stuff that you don't want people looking at your
But
internet
Tom
history
does,
for.
so send it to Tom at the Redmen TV.
redmentv.com. So yeah, I think that's a good chat. I think again, if he plays a Kev Stewart, because we've said this about him when he came on. He played a couple of the cup games, didn't he? And West
Away
Ham.
at Villa.
And away, but yeah. And we said, look, he's got the potential there. He looks like he fits with the team. He looks like he deserves to be a member of the first team squad. We're talking about Liverpool spending all this money in the summer, what have you. Hey, listen, if he can save us £5 or £10 million by being a good backup option in that position, then good on him. He's that age. He's either going to succeed or he's probably going to be moved on. So, yeah, good on him. I hope to see that from him. Aubrey, have a score prediction?
2-0 to Liverpool.
Okay.
1-0 draw.
Go for a 1-0 win to the Reds. I think, there's a lot of energy expended from some of the key players. I don't think we can change too many of them out, even though we've all changed the vast majority of them, to be fair. So there you go. Let us know your man of the match predictions and your score predictions in the comments below. Those of you who want to know...
Can I guess first?
Go on.
16.
Close.
I said 4, so I was massively wrong.
Yeah, the total war... Sorry, Liverpool playing red, Stoke playing red and white stripes. Stoke play at the Britannia Stadium, Liverpool play at Anfield. How many total wartime games have they played? 14. There you go. Thank you, lfchistory.net. And your mobile compatibility. Thanks very much for watching the show this week. Subscribe.
Thanks for sticking with us, lads.
For sticking with it. And we'll see you soon, probably. Ta-ra.